Hi guys, it's Deborah from North of Somewhere Nomad, and today in this video I'm taking you guys on a tour of the inside of my vehicle, showing you all the changes I've made in preparation for winter season here on Vancouver Island in British Columbia. So I've been living in my 2014 Ford Fiesta for the past 4 months, and during that time my vehicle has gone through quite a few changes. So I'm going to show you all of that. I'm also going to show you the new upgrade I've made to my power system and how it functions, especially because I'm going to be spending more time in my vehicle. So if you're interested in checking this out, then let's go. Okay, so first things first, originally, well, right from the beginning when I started my car life journey, my ecoflow Deltas 2 sat in this area, and then my jackery sat on top of it. And so that whole space here was being consumed by my power system. So as I was rethinking how to organize everything going into the winter, I really felt like I needed some space here. Especially, I needed a home for the water bottle, because before now, if I was in the car, the water bottle sat over there, and if I was driving, the water bottle was shift over there. And that was a lot, because when it's full, it's not that heavy, but back and forth every day. So I decided that this was the perfect spot, and I really like it there. And it's easy to get in and out when I have to refill it. The water's here. Everything that requires some kind of water will be in this vicinity. So this is hand soap that I find sometimes just wipes or hand sanitizer isn't as good. I want to wash my hands with soap. So with the water being right here, I can either fill up one of these little cups with water, or bring this closer to the edge of the car so I can wash my hands. And then all my oral care stuff is here. So my dental floss, toothpaste, and toothbrush. What I can do as well is I usually fill this little cup with water, and then so that's like my water to rinse my mouth and things. And then I can spit in this little blue cup, or down in there I have a yogurt container. Just depends on if I have to do it right in the car, then I can do it right there. And the whole thing too with some of these changes, if I'm staying in the car because it's snowing or raining, I want to be able to do everything I can in the car without having to get out of the car. So along with the water, I've just moved my cleaning solutions. So this is my spray water. This is my spray soap, spray vinegar right there. And then in the back there is my spray peroxide. So, and then I'll also have a little bag full of these little tiny pieces of heavy duty paper towel. So I really like having that. That used to be right over here. And then back in here, I removed that hard, rigid box where the food was. And there's still food in there, but I'll show you another section that I've made for food. And then I just keep spare hand towels there. So in here is just some instant coffee. And then this is my BCAAs workout after workout. Down there I've got some chicken noodle soup, rice, my vitamins are in there, and then I've got some snacks By the way, these are freaking awesome. And then I also have my cereal, which I usually have every day. And I'll just show you what else I've got going on here. So I've got my oatmeal right there. And then what I decided to do, and this was all based on having to access everything from in the car. So I took my protein powder, you know, the big jugs you get, and also my collagen powder, and I mixed them. So during the summer, I would generally just put the protein powder and everything outside on a picnic bench. And so my hand would go in the protein powder in there, and then in the collagen powder and in there. But what happens is your hands get sticky and that powder gets everywhere. So I took the protein powder and the collagen powder and I mixed. So this is one single serving. And then when I'm ready to use it, I'm gonna just clip the corner there, and then I'll just pour it slowly into my oatmeal. So I really love that. Plus all the space that I save. It's just amazing and it's convenient. So coming around past the water and the food over there, this is my area for my utensil, or for my cooking appliances. Well, that was the original plan. Things are still shifting. But I wanted my rice cooker to be in the car always, because normally, well, all summer it went up into the cargo box. So I'd have to get out of the car, you know, yada yada. And likewise, when I was finished using it, I would put it back in the cargo box. But if I'm in the car all day and it's raining, I want to be able to make my oatmeal or my rice. And so that's why it's here. Some of these things are going to shuffle around a little bit too, because I've got my salt and my stevia drops and cinnamon. And then also my shaker bottle is there. So I'll show you where I have the rest of my stuff. So coming around in here, so this used to be, well, this is still clothes, and this used to be all clothes as well. But I went through all my clothes and I got rid of a lot of things that I wasn't using. So what I decided to do is in this container is put my breakfast stuff. Because when I wake up and I sit up, I would normally just go to the front down there and get all the things I needed. But if I want to, now I can just grab my thermos, or my kettle is right there. And then is the cord. So I would just have to go over to the water, fill the kettle, and I'll show you where my new power system is in just a sec. And then I'm going to try to get used to some instant coffee, because though I love my portable drip coffee maker, it's a lot of work. So I have to put the filter in this and then fill this with grinds coffee. And then as I'm pouring from this into my coffee cup, it gets messy and things like that. So I figured I'll still use that if I can get outside where I have access to a picnic table or something. And so these are my coffee grinds. Kicking Horse coffee, the best coffee ever. Look at it, it's rich, dark chocolate, decadent, and it so is. That's if I want to do a drip coffee. And then this will be super easy. Apparently this is good stuff. And then also in here is my actual to-go coffee mug. So that's where either I put the freeze-dried coffee, or I come over on my table, my board, and then I can prepare all my stuff just sitting up right there. And then also in here, as very similar to what I was doing for my oatmeal, these little packets are just my protein powder, because if I just want to have a protein shake, I just have to grab my shaker cup, put one of these in it, and then I've switched the fridge around so that I can open it from the inside. And then I can just grab the milk or whatever I need for that. And I really love this switch. And there's the compressor vent, and there's another one just around the corner on this side. So that's what I've got going on here. So now, moving to the back of the house. Currently my bedding is set up for day mode. And I've actually been enjoying having things backed up this way. Behind those pillows is my sleeping bag. And then my little blanket. So if I want to just chill, like lounge, that's like a little back support, and I can stretch right out, or even have a nap if I want. So I'm liking this back of the house. So like I said, I went through a lot of my clothes and just whittled down to what I think is really necessary. And then if I have a couple more things that I put up in my cargo box, because you just never know. So back in here is just, these little cubbies are still filled with other clothing items, pants, pajamas, more pants. And then in this bin here, I've also added all my tank tops, and so that's pretty much tops and then pants over there. And then I went through my toiletry container, and I managed to empty out one of the, and my socks are over there. So I'm not sure what's going to go in that empty cubby, but everything is designed for ease of use or accessing what I need at any given time. So I quite like that. So I feel like if I had to spend the entire day in the car for snow or rain or whatever, I would be able to hang out, have the things I need, my food, my clothes, my coffee, and then there's my board, and I can sit up right here. So I can do whatever I need to do on this board and access all my other things down there, and I can even wipe things down and clean. Okay, so moving on to the other side. Okay, so again, we're in day mode, we're going from day mode into night mode, and so this is the transition that happens in the driver's seat. So where I used to take the water and put it here in the driver's seat, I've decided now instead to go back to my old potty system, where this is a 3-gallon bucket. And I used this early on in my car, living in my car journey, but then I felt like it was too big, and I had downsized to that little green potty that I was using for a long time. But I decided to go back to this because if I'm in the car and I have to, go number one more than once, that little green thing just won't hold it. So here's what I do. I brought this back into the game. So it's the lid, and then this here is it's clean. It's a kind of cat litter that I got that's made out of wheat or something, maybe the husks. So I don't like it, but I'm going to use up the bag, and then I'll probably go back to my pine pellets. So this is double bagged, and then what I can do is I just move it up here. Like if I have to go to the washroom, I just shimmy my way down, and then the board at night goes up on the dash, but that'll sit right there, and it's super sturdy, so that's not going anywhere. And then I just do my business, and then when I'm done, I just lift it, which is easy from that side, back in this, and put the lid on. And that stuff, it doesn't smell. The pine pellets are even better. So if I'm using this during the night, it's not more than 2, maximum 3 times, and that will absorb. And then I right away in the morning, I'll take this out, seal it up, and put it in a garbage. Along with that is over here, what I've done is in this bag, I'll just show you, are I went to the storage unit, and each one of these bags that goes in there, I filled it with enough cat litter. It will be pine pellets. So when I need a new one, I just grab one of these. It's already pre-filled, and I think there's a week's worth in there because I'll need one every day. So I've got that. In the pouches of my fridge bag, in this little pouch, I've got all my little Ziploc baggies, and I just ran out of my large, so I'm going to get some of those, and they'll go in there as well. And then in this pouch these are like actual garbage bags, exactly like those ones, so I'll have extra for the potty should I need, or even just a garbage bag. Okay, so let's go check out the power. Okay, so like I said, when I first started my car life journey, actually I only just had my jackery, but once, I think a month into living in my car, I upgraded I got an ecoflow Delta 2, and that sat here, and then the jackery sat on top of it. So it consumed all this space right here. And then when I got my ecoflow alternator charger, because the setup was right here, the charger, like the hub, was installed right on here. This is the bracket or the base for my platform, so it stays there. So I'm going to insert a little video right here about how this alternator charger goes all through the car and into the battery. All right, so coming around to the front passenger side, obviously you can see that my seat has been removed to accommodate my platform build. And part of my platform build includes this stability piece of plywood. So because my ecoflow Delta 2 pretty much stays in this area of the car, it only made sense to connect the hub to the plywood. This comes with a bracket, so it's on there good and solid. So that is where the alternator charger stays. In terms of the connections, this top button is the Bluetooth, and this cord is the cord that leads down across my front seats and into the battery. So that's what this is heavy duty, really heavy duty. I don't remember what the gauge is, but you can quickly look that up on their website. And the only way to remove this cord, there's a special key that comes with it, so this is not going to slip out at all. It's the cord that connects my alternator charger to my ecoflow Delta 2, which pretty much permanently stays in this section of the car. And then this button down here is the on-off switch, which is just kind of under there. So yeah, so those are the ports. So what I'll do is show you where the alternator charger main cord goes through the car and into the battery. So I'll walk you through that. This cord is 5 meters long, and it connects to this section. And then from there, for my particular build, the cord runs along the floorboard. And then the way Lauren installed it, because this section of the vehicle is where I keep my food and things, so it's completely blocked off by a container that I put there. So you can see how much cord there is. You could basically install this alternator charger anywhere in the car, but it only made sense for me to keep it right here. So the cord goes up, and then it's led through an opening in here. And I'll bring you around to the other side to show you where it comes out. Okay, so way under the driver's seat side, you can see the thick cord and how it's coming out of that opening. Then it's just fed along through there. And then it was fed through the firewall. And I'll show you how it comes out into the engine area and where it connects to the battery. Okay, so you can see that the cord is being run up through the firewall into this section of the engine, and it connects here at this junction. So the positive wire just goes around, it's pretty short, and it goes along and connects right there. And then from that junction, the negative red cord is fed here into a fuse box. And then from the fuse box, it's just fed and attached to that. This one does have this cover, and I don't know why it fell off, but it did, so I'll have to fiddle around with that. So let's go hook up the ecoflow Delta 2, and then we'll see how it all works. Now, so, you know, it's the smaller cable cord. It's the only cord that will plug. You can't really make a mistake with this system. So this just plugs right into that port. And then I think it's gonna, I'll come around on this side and we'll see what that says. Okay, so now it is connected to the ecoflow alternator charger. And as you can see in the input, which is the top number there, 000, that will not draw from the battery until the car is turned on. So that's a great feature to know, that it won't drain my battery just by virtue of being connected to the alternator charger. Okay guys, so this is what's going on. I've got the car running, obviously, so it's pulling in the input 800, and I'm currently charging the jackery on my ecoflow Delta 2. So coming in is 800 watts and going out is 90. So that 45% will probably go juice up to 100% in about 25 minutes or so. So that's how that's working. Okay, so that's where the hub is, and all the other connections that I just showed you run up that way. And then over here on this side used to be all my dishes, and it was a real pain because there's only just this much opening and everything was getting stuck down there. So when I decided I had to shift things around, I cleared everything out of here, and lo and behold, the ecoflow Delta 2 fit perfectly under here. Okay, this is the back. Well, this is the side of the ecoflow Delta 2 with all the AC ports and stuff, which is perfect because when I'm cooking, if I want to use this, or if I'm using my vacuum at my storage unit, those are all the ports that I use. So that DC is my fridge. So it just stays there constantly. And then that plug right there is for my jackery. So I'm running off the ecoflow, I'm running my fridge and charging my jackery. And I also have all those other ports. And then on the other side, where basically down there is the console. So I can't see the actual the screen that shows me the power, and I was worried about that until I realized that I have an app on my phone, an ecoflow app, and it tells me everything. It tells me what the ecoflow is pulling, it tells me what it's drawing in from the alternator charger, so I'm constantly aware. I can monitor it all the time. This unit doesn't get low very often because I'm usually driving every day, so it's constantly being charged by the alternator charger. So that's great under there. Plus I like that because when it was here, it was so visible that I was always worried if somebody saw it, they may do a break-in. But so that's where that is, guys. So that's the venting system. So there's quite a bit of, space, but I don't know if you can see that fan. I have the fan there in case it gets really warm down here. I will just run that fan to cool off the ecoflow Delta 2. So I really love this system. And then we'll go see where the jackery is. So coming around to the back door, back where the tools are, and this is the kitty litter, potty stuff. So there's the jackery. So this is the driver's seat. So I put the jackery in that little area. It's perfect because what was in here before was just useless. Like my laundry detergent, which I access once a week. And then, so most of the stuff that was there, I put up in the cargo box, and all the baggies and stuff went in here. And so that's where the jackery is. So from inside my bed, and I'll bring you around there in a sec, I can access the USB ports. And then when I'm getting low, I just plug that in, and you can see that blue light. It's drawing from the ecoflow, but it's 99% right now, so we don't need that right now. I've also got another AC port over there. So the really nice thing about having the ecoflow Delta 2 down there and my jackery down there is for easy access, because when both units were up at the front there, both of them couldn't run, you know, anywhere past this part of the car because of the length of cords. So now with my jackery here, I can use my electric kettle and my rice cooker on the jackery. And that would give me the ability to move my board down if I wanted to cook right here. I wouldn't have to stay there because I have sat on that edge, and I could sit there and cook here, and then all my cooking things are right there. So also, that's where I'm going to keep the electric fan, and if I need it, I would just rig it up somewhere around here in a very safe way, and then the fan would get plugged into that 3-prong port right over there. Well, there's 2 of them, and that fan pulls 900 watts. But I've tried it a couple times, and it really only needs 2 or 3 minutes to run, and then this whole car is super nice and toasty. Okay guys, so that is my new power system. Other thing that I forgot to mention about the driver's side area when I'm going into sleep mode is I have started to keep my rain jacket and my rain boots down in there. That's the floor of the driver's sides. And then I keep my black puffy coat right there. Now I have tried to move my potty up on the bed and then shimmy my way down into the driver's seat, which I can do, and I can even put my boots on. But then the problem is all my window coverings are up, and the windshield window cover is huge. So until I come up with a new action plan of how to take my window covers down while I'm still inside, put them somewhere, because by that point there's a lot of stuff that starts to pile up in this area. So I'm working on that. And then also, until that happens, I'm still going to access the car in and out from here. Okay, so the other thing that's coming up now is what I'm doing for another level of heat. I'm not quite ready yet to put my window covers on, but once I do, I'm going to come bring you inside and show you my new system for, especially for the draft and the cold, because my head is over here at night. So I'm excited to show you guys that. So we'll be back shortly. Hi guys. Okay, so I really wanted to share this new find that I've come up with related to heat in my car because we're in the winter, or we're coming into the winter very fast. So I've implemented a lot of different things heat related, and everything is pretty much down pat, other than I was experiencing so much draft because when I'm sleeping with my head down here, this whole area just seemed to be drafty. So here's what I decided was a great system, and it's actually working. I've used it for the last few nights. Okay, so right now I have the window down and the mosquito net is up because it's still evening and I just not ready to crawl into bed and do my whole routine. But I thought I would show you guys this. So imagine that the window is shut and the mosquito net's not there. So I take my window cover, my WeatherTech window cover, and I put it up. Like that. Now this in and of itself provides so much heat to retain in the car, and I've also got them on all my other windows. So what the object of this whole thing is to eliminate the draft that goes on right here, and that's exactly where my head is. So I came up with this. I really love it. And so what I got was, I have these two small lap blankets that I crocheted, and I have two the exact same. I used to make these and sell them when I was up north. So it's made out of chenille, and I'm a pretty tight crocheter, so it's pretty dense, super soft, and very warm, extremely warm. So I decided that I would try this as an insulation, like double insulation. So I put one here and I put one along the back rear view window, and it's working amazingly well. Okay, so what I've done, I've got the blankets, and then I got these super heavy duty magnets. They're called ceramic blocks. They're legit, like super hardcore. So what I do is I put one, you know how there's metal that goes along the window frame here? I put one there, and then I put one here. And then, so I take my blanket, because it's more wide than it is long, so I just make sure that this is tucked right in to make sure that there's no little leaks. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do is I take, these are so hard. I take two more, and then I take the blanket, I don't know if you can see, and then I put the magnet in and wrap it around like that. So there's the magnet, and basically I'm just trying to create a little lip there so that when I put it on the magnet, so that it creates a nice solid all the way up to the top fit. So on this side, again, you really got to test the magnet part, because if it's the wrong way, it's pretty intense. Okay, so then I take the magnet and I put it under, try to line it up exactly the same, and then I try to give it a nice a snug fit as I can. Like that. And then, so over here on this side, going towards this a little window here, and then that's the rear window. So I just take this, and I have a little plant there, like a little spiky plant, so it goes in there perfectly. And now, and I also give this a little tuck in, like that. And it's completely insulated. Doesn't get more insulated than that. And then I do the exact same thing with this blanket going along the rear window, and I tuck it underneath my sleeping bag, because my sleeping bag has like a hoodie part. So there's the window cover, the blanket, and then part of my sleeping bag, guys, I don't feel a thing. It's completely draft free, and I wake up in the morning and I'm so cozy. But I'll tell you, the second I take this down, I can feel the cold. And I can't imagine if I didn't have the window covers or this. I don't think it would be possible. So this is my solution. I'm so cozy and warm in here. And it's like a little cocoon. So yeah, just wanted to show you that. Highly recommend. Okay guys, so that's it for this part of my video. If you like this video, guys, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content from me, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.